Hey guys, and welcome back to No Bland Makeup, where we do makeup and body paint tutorials, usually with a cosplay twist. And today I'm doing Helena from that My Chemical Romance video of the same name. I love them, and they're moving their concert to next year, so this is how I cope with it. So if you guys want to see how I did this, don't forget to keep watching and give me a thumbs up if you enjoy. So clearly, I am not dead. Just gonna start off with that. So, you can do one of two things. You can either use a paler foundation, that'll kind of make things a little bit easier, or you can do what I did, and since I have a light colored powder, it's actually white, I'm gonna go ahead and use my normal foundation and concealer, and just kind of like adjust as we go, basically. So I'm just gonna apply my normal foundation all over my face. But really, if I wanted to look dead, I could have just gone with the no foundation look. Oh well, hindsight is 20/20 and not so nice. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go on with some concealer to highlight. Like I said, this is going to be my normal color of concealer. It's pretty bright to begin with, but I'm going to go in with some of that white powder just to emphasize everything later. So just highlight anything that would normally stand out, and anything you would want to stand out, since you know you're gonna be dead. Well, you're cosplaying as a dead girl, like, come on. So your facial structures need to be a little more exaggerated. Contouring will do most of it, but you still want to add that highlight just to kind of make everything even out. Then you're gonna set everything with powder. If you are doing this in your normal skin tone and everything, you're going to want to use a powder that's lighter or white. I found that white worked pretty well. If you're already using a foundation and everything that's lighter than your normal skin tone, or that's like a cream paint from, like, I know some companies have like the Death Wheel. That one's actually one of my favorites. But I don't have it right now, that's why I didn't use it. But you want to use something like that. Just set with your normal, like, translucent setting powder, something that doesn't have any color to it. I'm also going to go in and add a little bit more of that white powder just in the spots where I'm going to highlight. I'm just going to, like, kind of extra emphasize that. Also, don't forget to blend down your neck and any skin that's going to be showing. Basically, you want to make sure that that's all one cohesive color. Now for the contouring, you're going to want to make sure that whatever product you use is more cool toned. Remember, dead people are not warm. They have that kind of gray cast to them. It looks more like unhuman, kind of, because, you know, dead. But so you want to use something that's more gray toned. You could be an eyeshadow. It doesn't even have to be like a normal contouring product. You can use that. There's nothing wrong with that. But you do want to make sure that you emphasize areas of your face that have bone. So anywhere that you would normally contour. So like what is it? Contour your cheekbones, your jawline, all of that. You want to do it a little bit more, especially anything that dips in, because deceased people tend to, you know, when you're decomposing, water tends to escape. You look a little more like skeletal, I guess, is what I'm looking for. I think that's the word I'm looking for. And then I just went back in with more of that white to emphasize the highlight a little bit more and kind of help the contour stand out a little bit more and make it look a little bit sharper. So again, I can look one like somebody else, because I do not look like this. But also I want to look more skeletal. So for the eyeshadow, it looks more complicated than it actually is. For the most part, you're just using one shade of red. This one in particular I found in the Huda Beauty palette, but if you look at my hand like throughout this video, you can see I swatched a few. But basically you want a red that is more like earth toned. It's not going to be some bright vibrant red like I think it's like it's a red one from the Burning Hearts palette from Sugar Pill. There's a few others, specifically ones that are like lake dyes, or like quote unquote not eye safe pigments. Like you want something that's more earthy. So I finally found one. I'm sure you guys have one if you have a red palette. And basically, I'm kind of going to be making it look like I got punched in the face. So I'm going to emphasize around my socket. You can kind of feel where your eye goes around my nose. The socket of my eye just under my brow bone, like where you can feel your eye kind of dipping in. I'm still going to be blending everything out and making sure that it's nicely like faded, but it's going to be a lot of red. Work in small sections, and if you need to, use your finger to blend everything out. There's no problems with that. You just want to make sure the edges are nicely blended. And yeah, also kind of emphasize it where everybody gets like the beginnings of the dark circles. Make sure that is there. Now real quick, I'm just gonna block out all the pigment in my lips pretty much. Not all, but like a good chunk of it. Just throwing that out there. If you don't want to do this, a nude colored lipstick with a little bit of a gray tone works just as well. And then to finish off the eye look, I'm going to take a little bit of black eyeshadow is the word I'm looking for. It's been a long day. But I'm going to take a little bit of black eyeshadow and run that on my lower lash line. I didn't go all the way in just because my eyes are kind of small to begin with, and that's just going to make it worse. If you have big eyes and you want to make them look smaller though, that's a good thing to do. And I also ran some on my regular lash line, I guess, top, whatever, and really roughly just blended it out. She doesn't look like she's wearing a ton of like perfectly done eyeliner. It just looks really smudged out and kind of messy. So I took a fluffier blending brush and just kind of blended that out a little bit better. Then for some reason, I don't know why, I decided it'd be a good idea to use black eyeshadow to fill in my eyebrows, and there's nothing wrong with it. I just used way too dark of a black. So there you go. But yeah, that is the final look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I definitely did. This is the way I cope with My Chemical Romance. Finally having a concert and it getting pushed to next year. It is what it is though. I hope everybody's staying safe. If you enjoyed this video or you're a My Chemical Romance fan, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below. Also subscribe to see what comes out of my channel next, and while you're in the comments, let me know what you want to see next. I'm just curious. I've been doing a lot of kind of random stuff lately, so I don't know. It's been fun for me. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye!